Want to thrive as a single person? Being part of a healthy community, being generous, and being diligent in the little things, that'll help a lot. Hey, this is Todd. Welcome to the Thrive Singles Podcast. Whether you're single again or still single, stop hating being single and learn to thrive. And welcome back to another episode of the Thrive Singles Podcast. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. I always look forward to sharing new thoughts with you each week. As I've talked about before, while I was single, I did some dumb things, and I did some smart things. Today, I want to tell you a little more of my story. Let me tell you about some things I got right as a single person. And it's not that I want or deserve your applause or your admiration or whatever. It's not that I want to minimize the things I got wrong. I just hope from what I say today, you can learn a little something that you can put into practice in your life. Human beings are designed to be part of a group. I know we have this persistent mythology of the lone wolf, but it is just that, a myth. People thrive in a tribe. There's safety in numbers. There's also camaraderie, accountability, and a host of other benefits. Something I did very right while I was single was that once I had healed up enough after my divorce, I started hanging around with a group of singles. They were mostly from my church and a few other nearby churches. The group leaders were a very solid married couple. The female leader had been through a divorce and spent many years as a single person, so we could relate to her and she could relate to us. I think it's important to note that this was a group organized by and under the authority of my church. Being I belonged to a healthy, thriving church and the leaders were a top quality couple, the group was very helpful to a lot of people. Not all singles groups are created equal. I have also experienced some not so great singles groups. A lot of them lack solid teaching and guidance. Seems like in a lot of such groups, they devolve into a forum for complaining about the opposite sex or complaining about single life in general. They just don't provide the good teaching necessary to help single people thrive. And many singles groups are either unwelcoming to the new people or members pounce on them like hyenas on fresh meat. But if you can find a good, stable, healthy, helpful group to be a part of, it can make all the difference in your life as a single person. It did for me. So if you want to do singleness right, make an effort to be part of a community. And that's not to say that all your time should be spent around single people. Another community I was part of was my church. Like I said, I belonged to a strong, healthy, thriving church. So even the married couples there were great. They were a real blessing to me. But singles group and churches, those aren't your only options. Being a part of any healthy, thriving group of like-minded people is helpful. It could be a civic group, a group centered around a favorite hobby, or any group united by something you enjoy. The important thing is to be part of a healthy, vibrant community. Now, back to singles groups for a minute. Not all problems in singles groups are because of the group leaders. One of the biggest problems with these groups is that people attend them for the wrong reasons. People attend them for selfish reasons. Instead of becoming part of a group for the right reasons, they only hang around if there's someone they're attracted to, or they hang around if they get to be the center of attention. Their motivation is selfish. It's all about them. Early on, I realized that even as messed up as my divorce had left me, there were people that I could help. And it feels good to help other people. And on the odd chance that someone you might be interested in should show up one night, know this: generosity and helpfulness is very attractive too. If they see you being nice and being helpful to everyone there, not just the attractive or successful ones, your value goes up in their eyes. They'll see your generosity and maturity and be attracted to you. Meanwhile, those who give their attention only to the most attractive, they get ignored or they turn off any high-quality single who might happen to attend. The thing I did get right was to not be selfish, but to be generous with my time and attention. I started giving to the group. I led worship and taught the class occasionally. It became about what I could do for the group, not what the group could do for me, and that changed everything. Because most nights, there wasn't anybody there that I was interested in or that I found particularly attractive, but I stuck with it. Whether there was anyone there I was interested in or not, I tried to treat everyone well and tried to be generous with my time and attention. And when the high-quality singles did show up, they noticed. They noticed that I didn't fawn over them, or I didn't ignore the less attractive people. I'm not saying that if you do that, you'll automatically find somebody, but I am saying that it does put you in a good position. I'm also saying that it worked for me. The woman I'm now married to showed up randomly at a meeting. She noticed how I treated her and how I treated all the other singles, and I noticed the same thing about her. I recently ran across a book by an ex-Navy SEAL titled, actually he was an ex-Navy SEAL trainer, and the book was called Make Your Bed. One of his main points is that big changes start with the little things, attention to detail. This harkens back to what Jesus taught, too. He taught you had to be faithful with the little things before you could be trusted with the bigger things. So one of the things I did right as a single person was not so much one big thing as just lots and lots of little things. Little things like not being alone with somebody of the opposite sex at my place or theirs, not gawking at attractive women, dressing right for the occasion, being polite, staying physically active, and countless other small things helped me thrive as a single. And like I noted earlier, the little act of treating everyone around me well, that made me attractive to the woman I ended up marrying. And think about this, too. What little things are you doing that make you unattractive? And they make you unattractive to the very people you want to attract. Little changes add up and make a huge difference. Sometimes it's the little things we don't do. Little things like not taking advantage of a situation, not exaggerating to make yourself look better, not staring at the girl in the yoga pants, not making sexual innuendos, and not wearing that old wrinkled shirt in public. Those things have a big impact on how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. And all these little changes stem from little changes in attitude, and it works both ways. Doing little things differently helps you to think differently. Some changes start deep down inside and work their way into your words and actions. And sometimes little changes in behavior help you to see yourself and others differently. Like I said earlier, my point in saying all this isn't to make you think highly of me. I freely admit I did dumb things too, some of which I've already shared with you and more of which I'll share in the future. But hopefully you heard some things here today that you can put into practice. As you do one right thing, then another, you'll continue to grow as a person, and your life as a single will get better and better. Being part of a healthy community, being generous, and being diligent in the little things will help you to thrive. They may even help you become a more attractive person. And your mileage may vary, but in my case, doing these things even helped me find true love. So what about you? Have you found a healthy, thriving community to be a part of? If not, keep looking. I promise you, it's worth the effort. So till next time, find a group to belong to. Learn to be less selfish and more generous. Be diligent in the little things. And thrive on. Oh, one last thing, too. Be generous and help other singles thrive. Do generous things like, share, and leave a review of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. See you next week. Till then, be sure to subscribe and go check out my extensive archive of past posts at thrivesingles.com. And thrive on.
Whoa, thrive. Yeah, come alive. There's more to life. You gotta grow, you gotta thrive. Whoa. Whoa, you gotta thrive. There's more to life than to just survive.